So God caused water to gush out of a hollow in ground at Lehi, whatever. And Samson was revived as he drank. Then he named that place the spring of the one who cried out. And it is still in whatever to this day. Samson, wait. All right, that's verse 20. Let me see here. Okay, so pretty much in the Bible, when they talk about water, I'm sorry, my face is a disaster. It's so hot outside, Mackenzie. Oh, oh. Whew. It just rained out too, so it's getting muggy over here. I don't know where you are, but over here it was like a monsoon for like, or like a typhoon for like at least 15, 20 minutes. It was coming down in sheets. But yeah, so pretty much in the Bible when he talks about water, I don't know if you really heard me when the phone was down. This is a really awkward way to do it because I have to keep going from bouncing from verse to verse within the Bible, and it's just like really crazy doing it this way. But I probably should have found a more organized way to do it, like maybe pull up some verses on the internet or something and just kind of do it that way. But even then, I probably still have to bounce around anyways. So let me see here. So pretty much when they say that Samson was thirsty, you know, like water means life in the Bible, pretty much. It means life. It means, you know, like God. It means life. I mean, it doesn't mean that the spirit of God or the entity of God that I'm aware of, you know. But it means life. It means, you know, it means life. It means growth. So pretty much, you know, when you see the word water in the Bible, that's what they're really talking about. It means, I mean, I'm not saying in all cases, I don't know, but I'm just saying water definitely means, it means life. So, you know, when he's talking about life here, and being the fact that this is a depression verse, he's probably, wait, let me see here. I'm sorry, Mackenzie, hang on. Yeah, so basically, what I gather here is this dude Samson was on the was on the run from like you know wait a minute, hang on for a minute. I guess he was on the run, and then all of a sudden, you know, he kind of found himself in like a situation to where he thought he was gonna fall into the hands of these pagan people. And like I said, pagans are basically religion or you know, cults or something like that. That's pretty much, a pagan is somebody who you know, worships or prays to or praises or, you know, a false god, pretty much. Like numerology, horoscopes, all that stuff. I mean, that's paganism. Religion, all of it from A to Z is paganism. You know, if you don't have a relationship with God, that's paganism. I mean, pretty much. I mean, if you're giving credit to, I don't know, like a religion or something, like I said, religion or whatever, that's paganism. You know, I'm not talking about, I mean, if people don't believe in anything like an agnostic or something, I'm not saying they're you know, I mean, actually, everybody believes in something, because if you don't believe in God, then you believe in religion. If you don't believe in religion, then you believe in a cult. If you don't believe in a cult, then you believe in occult. If you don't believe, I mean, occult is pretty much weird. I don't even know too much. Please don't, please just leave that stuff alone. Please, for the love of God, leave it alone. Um, just You know, I'm tempted to stop this video and just because I said that stupid word. I mean, trust me. You know, mediums and tarot cards and all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, just don't even. You know, um, but yeah, I mean, unless somebody is in a relationship with with the God that forgave you of your sins, then that's pretty much paganism. I mean, even like an atheist, you know, or like an agnostic or something. Well, those people pretty much worship themselves or worship man, so to speak. I mean, maybe they don't bow down to, a person, but they sure enough bow down to themselves, and that's a person. You know, um, I mean, if you don't believe in nothing, then everybody believes in something, even if it's believing in yourself. And there's nothing wrong with, there's nothing wrong with nobody's supposed to walk around and just walk around half dead and say, I'm nothing, I'm nothing, I'm no. That's definitely not what I'm saying, but God is the creator, so we're supposed to sit there and just have a relationship with him. We're not supposed to sit here and depend on ourselves to get over our sin nature, because that's religion, and religion is depending on yourself too, you know. So I mean, when you think about it, and I broke it down in some videos prior to this one, and I explained how basically religion is, the whatever kind of God you pray to or whatever. It's an illusion, you know, because that God ain't saving you. It ain't saving anybody. It's an illusion. So and hey, I mean, people believe whatever they want to believe. I don't run up on people and force anything on anybody, including you. So I mean, it is what it is. I'm just, like I said before 1,000,001 times, I'm just sitting here doing what I do, and whatever you decide to do or lack thereof, that's between you and God. I mean, it is what it is. I love you, but I'm not gonna sit here and force you. I mean, you're almost a grown woman, you know, so. I mean, obviously, what I mean by that is, like, 18 years old is pretty much legal. You're at that point, you're still gonna be, you know, a young adult, but you're not gonna be a full-grown woman at that point. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, come on now. 16 and a half. I'm not gonna sit there and beat anybody over the head with nothing at any age. You know. So you got a mind of your own. I'm just here trying to, have a video with you or something. But yeah, that's pretty much what he's saying. He found himself in a pinch, and then because he found himself in a pinch, he got, he found himself in depression because of it. So then, the next verse, which is that 17, 18, and let me see real quick. Yeah. So, verse 17, basically in verse 17, he found himself in a situation. Verse 18, that's when he's crying out to God. And then, that's when they start talking about the water, and the water, like I said, is life. It's revival. It's being revived and redeemed and regenerated. It's life. It's light. It's illumination, like light. So I said that 1,000,000 times like you're stupid. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure that I'm a horrible teacher. And I'm just trying to do the best I can here. I really hate trying to explain stuff to people. So, but yeah, and then verse 19. Let me see, what is this verse? Yeah, verse 19. I think that's when God actually like came through for him and just kind of revived him out of his little because it says here, I'll just read the whole verse. It says, so God caused water to gush out of a hollow in the ground, and then at whatever name that is, that's a weird name, and Samson was revived as he drank. And like I said, water is, he drank. It's basically God reviving him at that point. That's the way I see it. And then he named that place the spring of the one who cried out. And it is still in whatever that name is to this day. All right, and then verse 20, which is the last verse of the chapter. Samson was Israel's judge for 20 years while the Philistines ruled the land. So basically, um, like I said, I don't have to sit here and keep explaining. Verse 17, he kind of found himself in a little situation. Then 18, he kind of like gets tired and a little depressed, and then cries out to God, and then that's when they start talking about he drank and from water, and then verse 19, I think they mentioned water, which is life and revival. So God kind of pulled them up out of that. And that's verses 17 through 19. Like I said, I'm sitting here cherry picking verses to get a better feel for what I'm really explaining to you. I probably should have read through the verses. That would be a little bit more organized than just kind of doing what I'm doing. Maybe I'll do this tonight. The best I can, and then maybe I'll go through and like reread the chapters so I can get better, a better handle on what these particular verses mean, so I could explain them to you more in depth, than just kind of taking random verses and just making doing the best I can with it, because I really want to try to do this the best I can for you, because it's just what I want to do. So maybe I will read through the chapters. So but for tonight, just bear with me. Just know that this was just some spontaneous thing. I didn't even plan on doing a video about this at all. I was gonna sit here and make you a 5-second video and say goodnight, and then that was it. And I love you, and that was it. But so all right. Well, on to the next. All right. Here's actually a couple verses, few verses. Hang on, Mackenzie. 404 here. All right. Okay. Let's see here. 2 Samuel, chapter 22. This is going to be, hang on for a minute, Mackenzie. Verses here. I'm so sorry. I'm leaving you hanging on the bed like that. That's so crazy. I'm so sorry. Chapter 22, 29 through 31. See, this is so unorganized. It's crazy, man. Let's say 29 through 31. Let's see what that is here. It's like 22. Okay. Yeah. I'm really, really sorry. I keep putting the phone down and making you wait. I'm really sorry. But yeah, and again, I mean, it's very, 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 very important for you to forgive everybody, not just you, everyone. We have to forgive people. Whether it's me or I don't know if you have any anger towards your mom. To tell you the truth, I don't even know. That's between you and her. It's none of my business. That's between you and her, and So I mean, it is what it is. But forgiveness. Forgive people. It doesn't make behavior acceptable, and I'm definitely not saying anything more than what I'm saying, so don't read into what I'm about to tell you. Forgive